Hey guys, it's April, Crafting with April, and this is our day 4 public file, and this is our Scrabble gift tag or ornament. You can use it for a couple of things, like large packages or small packages, but if you go with small packages, you're going to have to shorten your word. I have set this one up to do the word believe. You can do the word joy, Noel, peace, whatever it is that you want to do, or their actual name. So the way that I've set it up is I am using the Damask chipboard sampler. There is just a plain sheet in the back of this, and I didn't want to use my fancy ones, so I used the plain sheet out of this because it's not as heavy as the heavy chipboard. It's thinner, but it's still sturdy. But then we don't have the look of the Scrabble tile on it. So I have set up these little patterned tiles in Design Space. I have added the pattern to it. You can change the pattern, whatever you want to do. A lot of the tiles that you see in the store you can't get. A lot of people are having a hard time finding them, for one. And you can't size them or do whatever. You can size these to be various sizes, even large, to do a sign with. So how are you guys who have Explorers going to do it, because you can't cut this material? You can take a coffee box like the Keurig cups come in, or your cereal boxes, and just double them up, cut 2, and it should be a good enough thickness for this. And on the back pieces that are going to go on the back, I use the debossing tool, the new tool from Cricut. Let's see if I can get that to focus in. There we go. But you can see that it's debossed it pretty well. You won't get as deep of an embossing, but you can. This is on the foil craft board. You can get, using that material in your scoring tool, a light embossing. It will do it lightly and you will still be able to read it. So if you have an Explorer, you can still do that, or a Maker and you don't have the deboss tool, you can still do it, or you can just leave them plain. Totally up to you. So, and I've got my little greenery pieces cut here, and they're going to come into play here in just a little bit. So I've cut these out of the chipboard, and then I have all of these little pieces. So what I'm doing is I am putting some glue on the front piece of my chipboard. Doesn't really matter what's the front. And I folded this so I know where my score is, and I'm just gonna bring that in and press it down really good. And I'm just gonna set that to the side to dry, just like it is. And then I'm going to go to the next one. Don't need a lot of glue, guys, just a little bit of glue. You are going to need your hot glue gun, so you'll need to do that as well. And this is going to be a long tag. I'm going to use this probably on a, well, not this particular one. This is just my mock-up. I did cut a second one for a larger package. And like I said, change the word or make it somebody's name, whatever you want to do to make these smaller. But I made the tiles 1-inch tiles, and I'm just giving those a minute to dry. For you guys who are all mobile, you will not be able to open this file. There will be a file for mobile users. What you will need to do is find you some patterned paper and just cut from pattern paper. Well, everybody can do that, not just mobile. But I will have a file that does not have this pattern in it for anybody who wants to do it that way. Now, if you have a Maker and the knife blade, you can cut these from basswood and then make this your stencil. Just cut it from vinyl as a stencil and unflatten it, and then attach your letter and your number and let it cut as a stencil, and then you can place this over the letter just like this, in this manner if you're using the wood, and then you can dab paint on there. So you can use the basswood and do this too. I was going to do that, and then I was like, well, then my mobile users and my Explorer users will be left out. And I didn't want to leave anybody out, so I'm just showing you guys an alternative to not being able to cut the wood. So I'm just going to place those on. I'm missing a letter here. Where's my I? It must have fallen. I'll find it. So we're just going to finish putting these on. That's just weird. It was here and now it isn't. But I think this is going to turn out really cute. I saw something similar last year on Pinterest. So this is a Pinterest inspired project. And they did use the actual tiles, I think. And I'm glad I cut 2 of these because I really don't want to do a print and cut for just one little letter. Oh well. Looks like I'm going to be doing another print and cut. Let me grab my second one. And I got both of these out of one print and cut, guys, so you can do that. Did I glue 2 on one? I don't think I did. But my day's been going crazy, so I could have. Ah, there it is. It's stuck to the back of my paper. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this last one on. And I'm not really just trying to make you guys watch me do each and every single one of these, but it's going to give me some time to let it dry. This is day 4. I will be also today filming day 5 to try to get that done because I will not be here tomorrow when you guys are watching these. I am going to the Scrapbook Expo to see what I can find new and inspiring for all of us. So then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put glue on all 4 tabs. And then we're just going to wrap. So if you've done the cereal box, you'll just need to glue your 2 pieces together and then wrap. And you should not have any exposed corners or anything like that. I'm just going to set that to the side to dry. We're going to do all of these. A little stray piece of dust, I guess you want to call it. Chipboard dust. And these don't have to, you don't want to get this too wet. I'm using very little art glitter glue here, guys. You don't want to get it too wet because that's going to make your chips swell and warp if you get a glue that's too wet. So if you want to use your score tapes, you can do that too. We're just going to fold it up tight, just like wrapping a gift. Once you get your chip cut, this project really goes pretty quick. Tag, ornament, whatever you want to make it be, then you've got it. So then you're going to need, and I've cut this piece of ribbon. This is 5/8 inch ribbon that I'm using for this, and I cut it at 12, 24, about 28 inches, but you're not going to need a piece that big. I will measure what we cut off of this 28 inches I think that's what I said I had. 12, 24. That's about really 30 inches. 12, 24. Yeah, it's right at 30 inches. We're not going to need all 30 inches, so whatever I cut off, you'll know that's the length that you need. I'm just going to get my glue gun here, and I'm just going to take the tip end right here, and I'm going to put just a little bit, oh, I say I am, of glue. And be careful not to burn yourself when you do this. And I'm just going to roll that edge over. Just want to roll it over. And then I'm going to do just a tiny bit again. And I'm going to roll it one more time. So I have a nice clean edge that doesn't pop out on me. Might be too cool now. There we go. Just want a nice clean edge so your ribbon doesn't ravel. And then I'm leaving a loop. I'm going to say about a 3-inch, 2.5 to 3-inch loop. I think 2.5 is good. Just like this, 2.5 inch. I'm just going to hold it where I'm going to glue it, and I'm going to put some more glue right there, and I'm going to bring this right up, and we're going to hot glue that, keeping it even. I want it to be as straight as you can get it. You have a couple minutes to slide it around so that your loop is nice and even, just like so. And then I haven't decided exactly. I am kind of making this up as I go, guys. I know that sounds crazy, but that's the way I do a lot of it. So, do I want to go here now and put, I can do this after. Okay, I can do that after. Keep that plugged in. My cord is too short to reach over where I'm working today, so I am going to lay this down on my mat. Sorry, I keep getting a message. And what I want is about, I don't know, I need a 1/4 inch. Let me see, I have an extra, a piece that cut off right there. It doesn't have to be exact, but I want about a 1/4 inch. So I'm going to get this and use this as my little guide. So right there where the hump is for my hanger, I am going to lay my little piece of guide here. And I'm going to start with my letter B, of course. And I am going to put the hot glue on the back of that tile, just right in the center. Make sure you have it, ooh, don't drop it. Make sure you have it going in the correct position and that it's straight on the ribbon, and just press it down. And I'll let that take a second to hold. Oh, I hope I've got it even. Looks pretty even. And then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to put a good amount of hot glue, but I don't want enough that it is going to squish out on me. And my first one will be blank. I'm going to take my backer piece and place it right over the top. Get that glue to it here. Now you could probably use a wet glue, but again, it's just going to make your chipboard swell. So we've got our B, and now we're going to put down the next one. So I'm going to put my little spacer in there. And just a little dab of glue, just enough to hold that onto the ribbon. Remove that. Make sure we get it straight. And now I'm going to, this is where my embossed pieces come in, and if you didn't emboss anything, you don't have to worry about it. Just going to put a little bit extra on here, a little bit more than I did on the other. I'm going to put my next back on. Just going to sandwich that into that ribbon. How cute is this coming out? Get all the glue hairs off of it. And there's our oops, dropped it. Try to keep that ribbon straight. Get everything spaced right. I'm going to need some more glue here soon. But you can do this and put the person's name on the back of it, either for an ornament or for a gift. Get that glue off of there. And let's see, I really need to plug up for a second here, guys. Let me plug that in. And this is the longest one, so if you want to do like the word peace and joy and all that, you'll be done by now. And I am just pulling this over here where it's plugged in, guys, so I can get my glue. By cutting that tile, cutting an extra tile like so, and just snipping a piece off the width that I want. I don't know if you guys are noticed, when I lay it down here, I'm getting those edges even with those edges, and then I'm just trying to line this piece up with that one so that it stays even on the ribbon all the way down. Get this piece. And I guess you could do all the front and then flip it over and do all the back. I don't guess it really matters. Got that one a little twisted there. See if I can go this way so it doesn't run off the table with you guys. Put that one in there. Get myself an E. Going to go ahead and get the rest of these on there, and then I'll finish up the back. I think I got off on that one there a little bit, but I'm gonna live with it. It's still gonna be pretty. That one needs to go over some for sure. There we go. too much glue there. Try not to let it squish out onto your ribbon. Maybe I can get it to come off. There we go. Yay, I did. Then I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna need it maybe one more time. And we're gonna flip that over. And I just used, I think I used Arial. I may have used the Cricut Sans. I don't even remember what font I used for this guy. And I just used the wrong glue. Did you see me do that? Okay, I'm gonna add some hot glue to it. It'll be okay. I have literally had one of those days. There's the L. And that's going to finish off the back. So there you have the back with the embossing or the debossing. Let me turn that lamp down. Maybe that will help now that I have them on there so that you guys can see that on the back. And then we have the front with the believe. Now I am going to move that back. That's good enough. And let's get our greenery pieces. That's the wrong one. Okay, so what I had in mind, let's see. I hope that you guys can see that. Was to take these three and to pierce a hole into them. Right at the end, I should be using my flower mat, but since I'm using my self-healing mat, we're just going to go with it. To get a hole in those and not in me. So now I have a little hole poked in there. And I haven't decided which I have some little ornament ones. I have some Santa hat ones. How about a Santa hat on the back? That's what we'll do. Maybe a Santa hat. Uh-oh. I just lost all my greenery. There's one piece. There's another piece. And there's the other one. So now I have the holes in those. And I am going to... I kind of want these to come from the back here. This right here. Just to hide where the ribbon is glued together. So I'm just going to push it through the ribbon. That's a little low. I think I'll go up above and push it through. It's not going to go through anywhere that there's glue for sure. And just press it right through. So I have a little hat on the back. And then on the front, we're going to put our greenery. We're going to Well, I say we are. If I can get it to go on there. There we go. So I'm putting one down. And then I'm going to put the other curved one down. I have some glue on there. Put that one on. And then I'm going to put this third one on. You can put them on any way that you like or change them out for real greenery, whatever you want to do. And then I'm going to open that up. And I know that looks weird to having the legs of that up here on the front, but we're going to fix that. And you can kind of twist them around. They're not supposed to come all the way out or to the side. And you can trim them down, make them smaller, however you want to do yours. And then I'm going to take, I think I am anyway. Ooh, this I have another roll of this, but it's in the other room. I have another piece. I'll use this shorter piece, maybe. Yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is try to tie my bow. And because this has writing on it, one side's going to be right and one side's going to be the opposite way. I know there's a way to do it and fix that. Maybe I just figured it out. I did. Don't ask me how I did that. I'm not going to untie it, because if I untie it, I'll never get it right again. So I'm going to tighten down my bow. And then I'm going to do another loop, I think. I wonder if I could do it twice. Actually, just going to untie this around. Get it under my Santa hat. Try to anyway. I got that in there really tight. There we go. I want to put it right up under there, and I'm going to tie that knot. Yay, we're getting there. Okay. I'll even those up in just a second. Now I'm going to get some hot glue, and my leg of that is still showing just a little bit. Just going to fold it up over this ribbon. More than one way to skin a cat. So if one of your legs are still showing, just fold it up over the ribbon there. That will kind of help hold that piece where it won't flip over too. There we go. And I just put a little dab of hot glue on the back of this, and I'm going to bring them together right there. Let that have a second to cool. And while that's cooling, I'm going to trim up these. I want to go. Oh, I didn't get a very good tip on that, did I? Wrong scissors. There they are. And let's see, I'll go there. How pretty is that, guys? Super easy, super cute, super fun. And now I need to Make sure that I cut this one, and I'm going to cut this long. Going to cut it right about there. And I'm going to come back over and cut. Just going to even that up. How cute! I am in love with this project. So you can put that on a gift, you can put that on a tree. Tons of things you can do with this, guys. You can spell anything you want to. Any word in the dictionary is all there for you. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. I will catch you on day 5. Day 5 is going to probably be cards, just because I am pressed for time to get everything done so I can go to the Scrapbook Expo and get your projects out too. I'm trying not to skip a day on the 12 days of Christmas in July so that we can finish by the end of the month. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will catch you on day 5.